Hello, it has been a while that I showed up here, but life has been pretty busy. I've been working on a lot of projects with, super cool. Maybe I make a video about it in the future. But today's video is going to be about a webinar that I actually gave earlier this week for the people in my WhatsApp community group. If you also want to be in this WhatsApp community group and have access to the free webinars that I will be giving every month, just click on the link below. The webinars are literally about everything that has to do with running, nutrition, or in this case, sleep. So if you want to be part of those free webinars, click the link below. During those webinars, you can also ask me real-time questions. But today's video is not about my WhatsApp community group. Today's video is about sleep, and then especially for endurance athletes. So let's get into it. Let's see what I talked about during my webinar of earlier this week. Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar. This webinar today will be about sleep for sport performance. And I'm very happy and excited to talk with you about this subject. So to start with, who am I? My name is Lisa and I am the owner and head coach of Lisa Coaching. Lisa Coaching is online running coaching where I focus on the athlete. It's open for everyone from starting with your first 5K until ultra running. If you want to know more, feel free to always send me a DM. But we're not going to talk about that. Today we're going to talk about sleep for sport performance. So actually, the most athletes, and I'm not talking about just the normal people, but mostly like athletes and also runners, they need between 7 and 10 hours of sleep. Why is this such a big range? Well, because for example, if you are really training for everything until like half a marathon, 7 hours of sleep is more than sufficient. But if you're training for more than half a marathon, and on every distance it increases a little bit, you will need more than those 7 hours. Especially the closer you get to race week or race day, the more sleep you will need. So for example, if you are running a marathon at the end of March, then the third week of March, you will start increasing your sleep a little bit. Instead of just only like 7 hours, mostly to like 8 or 9 hours. Same goes if you have like an intensive training week. You will have to start increasing your sleep slightly just to help your body with recovery itself. Because you might be asking me like, okay, all nice, having a bit more sleep, but why exactly? Well, let me explain to you. So the reasons why you need to sleep is, first of all, because it gives your heart a break. Our heart is also a muscle, and from time to time it also needs a break. And when we are sleeping, you will probably already notice that your heart rate is going down a lot. And that is because your heart doesn't have to work that much anymore. Hence the necessity for sleep, so your heart can just slow down a little bit and recover as well. Another reason why sleep is so important is because it will allow your cell and tissues to repair. Not only our muscles need repairing, but also our cells and tissues. If we don't do this sufficiently or properly, we will get ill. So that's also why sleep is a great way to prevent illness. Also, you've probably noticed if you haven't gotten enough sleep, concentrating during the day is not that easy. So sleep also really helps with cognitive functions. Also, you notice this very well with if you are in my close circle. But if I haven't had enough sleep, my mental mood is just stay away from me as far as you can. So that's also why sleep is super important to actually elevate your mental mood. And then another really important reason is for the hormone regulation. You might already have noticed this, but if you're not getting in enough sleep, the next day you will actually be quite hungry throughout the day. And that is just super easy because your hormone levels, they also need a reset, and that happens during the night. If this is not happening, your hormones will be all over the place, and that's also why you will feel more cranky, you will feel more hungry. So get in your sleeping hours. Then also, let me go to the next slide. What happens with poor sleep? Another really important reason, especially for trail runners, is that you will have a decreased reaction time. When you are doing your downhills, you need to be concentrated a lot. And if your reaction time is decreased because of poor sleep or poor sleep habits, you won't be able to really concentrate sufficiently, and the downhills won't go that great, and maybe you might even have an accident. So really important. Poor decision making. Same, for example, if you're tired and you're like not 100% thinking about the consequences, you might still go for a training session, even though you know it's not a good idea. Decision making won't be your strongest suit at that moment. Also, like I said before, your heart needs a break. If you're not doing it and you have a lot of poor sleep, you are more likely to get cardiovascular diseases because your heart is going bam, bam, bam all the time. And yeah, then it also gets overstressed. Also, because of the hormone regulation is not in form, you will most likely notice an increase in weight because of also more feelings of hunger. And you will also be quicker exhausted. Your endurance will go down. And especially if you're training for the longer distances, this is the last thing you want. So take this into consideration. As before, the risk for injury or getting sick is also very, very, very much increased with poor sleep. So focus on your sleep. Then some tips and tricks that I always also give to my clients is to have a proper sleep hygiene. And how can you have a proper sleep hygiene? Well, first of all, start with sleeping in a room that is dark and cool with no noise. The best temperature actually to sleep in is between 10 and 15 degrees. Also, another really good tip for better sleep hygiene is the decrease of alcohol and caffeine. I know some people might say like, hey, but if I have like a glass or maybe a couple more of alcohol, I sleep better. This is not entirely true, because you might feel that you're sleeping better, but your sleep stages will be interrupted and you will probably not have enough of deep sleep. And it's actually that deep sleep that you need to recover your body properly. So having you can always have a glass of alcohol, that won't really make the difference, but doing this like every day and more than one glass, you will notice a difference on your performance. Try to don't allow screen time into your bedroom. It's more difficult than it seems, but really try to read a book, have a conversation with your partner, or something you can also do is to stretch before bedtime. This is actually like the piece of advice that I always give to my clients, is to do your stretching routine before you go to bed, because this will also really help for your muscles to relax, and also to get like mentally in the state of mind of, okay, I'm going to sleep, I need to be relaxed. And that's why stretching before bedtime is a great way. Another tool or trick that can help you to fall better asleep is to really stick to a routine. With this, I mean not going one day going to bed at 10, the next day at 1, the day afterwards at 11. Try to, for example, go every day to bed at 11 and then also wake up at the same time. Not one day at 7, then at 11, then at 8, and at 9. Really try to stick at the same time for going to bed, but then also waking up. In the beginning, you might need to set an alarm, but you will notice like the more you do this, the more your body will get into this rhythm and the easier it will also become. And then this is a tip especially for people who are training for a race. Train to wake up at your race hour. Some people are just not morning people, and that is totally fine. I mean, everyone has their preference, but most races are held in the morning. So if you are not a morning person, I would really advise to already the weeks in before the race, try to more or less wake up at the hour you will also need to wake up for your race. This way you will feel more energized when you actually also have race day, because otherwise your body will be off clock, let's say. You don't want to get at the start line of your race feeling tired and not 100% fit. This was it. If you have any more questions or things you want to know, now is the time. So guys, that was it. That was the webinar. If you have any questions, you can always let me know in the WhatsApp community group, and I am looking forward to seeing you at one of my webinars. Have a good day.